Sunday church. I come from blue collar, old dollar, out here where concrete meets holy dirt. And I don't know what happened, but it sure don't happen.
But then they drop out to the sticks. So this is a quarterback that's not forcing the issue down the field. He's taking what the defense is giving him and picking up a couple good first downs here on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, so maybe this redshirt freshman, the local kid, Cutter Boley, is starting to gain a little confidence inside the Texas 40. First drive of the game. Boley's going to roll right. Looking to go downfield. He will throw it, and the pass was juggled and still caught. And Henry Boyer almost dropped it. Looked like a perfect pass to me, but he hangs on. Kentucky first down.
Yeah, that was excellent concentration by the big tight end, Henry Boyer. Usually
the odds you win a lottery.
On number 8.
The odds you find your dream home.
33 minutes left. So we're going to see. Here's 9.
The odds of water leak damages that dream home. Don't test your luck with a leak. Detect and help stop leaks automatically with Moen.
Well, Texas's sophomore quarterback Arch Manning, maybe the most famous player in college football. It goes back to when he was a really young kid. You know the last name, but it wasn't just that. It was the pedigree as a prospect in New Orleans in high school. Back up for a couple of years for Quinn Ewers. Did start 2 games last year. 2 career starts, preseason Heisman favorite. It was a lot to put on Arch Manning. He and the Texas offense have the ball for the second time. Last week, completed 21 passes, a career high against the Sooners in a huge Texas win. Down the right sideline, and penalty flags come in, trying to hit Ryan Wingo. And John Chris Hardaway with the coverage. JQ commits a penalty.
Oh, man, there's number 11.
Well, that's really nice recognition by Arch Manning. He recognizes Ryan Wingo, who's definitely his vertical threat in this wide receiver room. In a one-on-one, man-to-man matchup, gives him a chance outside. The football's underthrown, but I love how Wingo plays back on that football. Easy call for the officials with Hardaway not getting his eyes turned back to the ball.
Kentucky is a little thin at the defensive back positions. Tweaked a hamstring, so he is not going to play tonight. That's not good news for the Kentucky defense, who swarms Arch Manning here and gets the sack. Cam Olds was there, Tavion Gadsden was there. Kentucky has not piled up a lot of sacks this year. They get one here.
Galveston,
Sack already in the
I think it was me,
backfield for half
Steve,
that
Nate,
Wildcat defensive line, but it's really Gadsden right here
Fonzie,
inside
my dad and my little
94
brother.
that gets the party started, and then there's some
That boy
pressure
was
from the second
stretching late
level.
at night
And this goes back to what's been plaguing the
the
Texas
ground.
Longhorns. Arch Manning cannot do it all by
Little
himself.
handy
His
workouts,
offensive line has been
so
subpar. His skill supporting cast. Mark Stoops here to dial up some pressure on Arch Manning to make him make a quick decision here and try to get this defense off the field.
Number 12.
3rd and 12. Manning with a 3-man rush, and the pressure got there anyway. Throws back across his body, and a beautiful delivery to Wingo for a Texas first down.
Well, and that's why I was expecting Kentucky to bring pressure, because if you let Arch Manning get outside the pocket with a 3-man rush, that's where he's most deadly. Excellent job of finding Wingo in the soft spot in the zone.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage, some quick tempo after the first down. And Weisner gets the carry outside the 45-yard line for a gain of 4.
This is just too talented of an offensive unit for Texas. If you don't speed up the clock for Arch Manning, if you don't make him uncomfortable somehow, some way, and he can get outside the pocket, he's going to hurt you tonight.
Play fake to Weisner, throws it to the left side, and that one's incomplete. Livingston had a chance. Good coverage there from Nichols. Incomplete.
That was a really good job of Nichols recognizing Arch Manning, getting that football out of his hand quickly, and just driving on the hitch route. There was no hesitation. Great instincts by Nichols on the outside. Kentucky rushed 3 last third down. We'll see if they bring some pressure here.
We got Wisner split out as a wide receiver on the right side. The crowd's starting to get a little louder as this first quarter goes along. Wisner is going to motion back into the backfield and then go to the other side of the formation. Manning throws incomplete. Well, he had Wingo coming across the field. That pass was a little bit high. It's 4th down.
And that's a throw Arch Manning just has to make. This is an excellent play called by Steve Sarkisian. Kentucky's playing man coverage. This is exactly what you want. You want crossing routes. You want mesh patterns. You're going to see Ryan Wingo pop wide open. That's a throw Arch Manning needs to make on 3rd down, because that was going to be not just a first down for Texas, but probably an explosive game.
So 2 drives, 2 punts for the Longhorns. See if they can get the punt unit lined up properly this time. They do. And Bomeister with Bryant back around the 15. He muffs the return. He didn't catch it cleanly. The ball's on the turf. And I think one of his Wildcats teammates fell on it. They did. So Kentucky avoids a disaster. Ty Bryant almost turned it over.
Well, that would have been catastrophic for the Kentucky Wildcats. You see, you just got to wonder if he lost it in the lights. But Grayton right there, number 30, excellent job at diving back on that football and saving this possession for Kentucky.
That was a good save by Grayton. It hit him in the face mask, so that does make you wonder if he just somehow lost the ball.
Yeah, and Ty Bryant's been a really solid punt returner throughout his career, so you just got to wonder if that one was lost in the lights.
All right, Kentucky has the ball for the 3rd time. They'll hand it off. Right side trying to turn the corner and couldn't do it. Seth McGowan with the carry. Jelani McDonald's been flying around the field in this first quarter.
Yes, he is. A veteran on the back end for the Texas Longhorns. Somebody who's played a ton of football. And I tell you what, this Texas defense, they've just been suffocating the last couple weeks. They're so difficult.
The turn upfield by Macklin. That was a nice little move, because instead of maybe like 4 yards, he got an extra 5 or so. He ends up getting 10.
That was a huge play by Macklin. It looked like it was just going to be a little routine 5-yard hitch route. Macklin does a great job of making the first one miss. And now all of a sudden you have a 3rd and manageable here with a 3rd and 4.
Under 3 minutes to go first quarter. And so far for the Wildcats, a competitive game, and Kentucky is just so desperate. They need a win badly.
Texas showing pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky calls a screen here just to get the football into Boley's hands.
They showed pressure. They do get it out of his hands quickly. They didn't necessarily bring the pressure. Macklin with another catch, and I think he did get just enough for a Kentucky first down.
That was a really nice job of Macklin going all the way down to the turf with his hands to pick up that football by Cutter Boley. That's a ball Boley needs to put on his wide receiver's face mask. But nevertheless, good job of Macklin making a couple plays early on in this series.
For Boley, 6 of 9 to start this game. He looks like he's got a pretty good rhythm going, despite that errant last throw. He rolls left, dumps it down to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez, the tight end, looking shifty out there. First down Wildcats.
Yeah, Rodriguez has definitely been one of the bright spots for this Kentucky offense throughout the first part of this season. But check out the perimeter blocking here on this first down call. An excellent job by the receivers outside. That's Law and Macklin just blocking their tails off, being selfless for their tight end and their offense. It was a really nice play. And this Kentucky offense, early on, I like the rhythm that Bush Hamden has this offense in.
Feels like Mark Stoops football. Everybody's got to do their job. Got to be physical. Got to block. This guy is the winningest coach in Kentucky football history. Longest tenured coach in the SEC. A little flip forward pass to Kendrick Law coming across the formation. Well defended by Texas. Short gain on first down.
Like I mentioned, I think Bush Hamden's doing a really good job here early on tonight with his play call selection. We'll see what this penalty is.
Illegal shift.
I didn't see the flag come down, but it's against Kentucky.
Not exactly sure why. It looked like everybody was set before that football was snapped after the shift and then the motion. But regardless, you see Coach Stoops, he's not happy about it. He definitely does not agree with this call, and it's just so difficult when you're going backwards on first down.
How could you tell? He wasn't happy. He doesn't really hide his emotions.
He's not going to, and we talked about earlier, this is a critical game, and when you're going backwards on first down, it just makes it so difficult against this Texas defense.
Yeah, 1st and 15 for Kentucky. Dowdell in the backfield. Boley's going to throw, and incomplete. Good break on the ball there.
Texas defense led by Pete Kwiatkowski. It's going to be difficult, and these two know each other very well. They were at Boise State together when Bush was a player, Pete was a coach. Then they were both coordinators at the University of Washington. But I like what Hamden's doing early on.
2nd down and 15. Handoff for Kentucky, and a nice run by Dowdell. They get 2 running backs who can go. Dowdell almost to the 45. He got 9. So similar to earlier on this drive, 2nd and long, 3rd and more manageable.
And I like what Kentucky's doing here. They're playing with a little bit of tempo. This is something Oklahoma did early in the game last week, and it really was advantageous for them catching Texas off guard.
This will be interesting whether they actually run a play. I don't think they're going to. They don't have to. They can let the first quarter wind down. Coley's looking to the sidelines like, you sure that's what you want me to do? You sure? We don't want to run a play here. We're sure. Yeah. So there go those final seconds. And for Kentucky, we're playing at home under the lights with a big crowd here on homecoming weekend. Arch Manning and the Longhorns in town so far. Kentucky's held serve. Nothing as we go to quarter number 2.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer.
Good to go.
But getting that trainer.
Hey,
Megan trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, vacation next week, Lisa. 5 days, nice. Big win for your alma mater. Thanks, congrats. Wow.
How old are you?
No state. Ted, a little behind on mandatory training. Let's get it done, pal.
How does he know everything?
See,
I wonder, how long does Pat Brown work here?
That's how good these are. It's crazy. Every single time.
Pat, 7 years next month. Thanks for the hard work.
I want Paycom's command-driven AI.
With fire inside, this heart's a drum. I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again. With passion burning in my veins.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on.
Is this big enough? We should have music, lights, banners. I mean, you gotta feel it. Get the most powerful iPhone ever on the best network. I sure dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best network. No more coffee for Zoe.
In the V6-powered Nissan Frontier, catch 600 pounds of cargo on the fly. Not that you would, but you could. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Touchdown! Will they settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a 2-point attempt?
Go for it. They gotta go for those. Go for those. Go for those. Go for those.
Last season, he was questioned for settling.
Coach, why didn't you go for 2?
We're going for 2. Rather Dos Equis. They're going for Dos. They got it. The risk pays off. Dos Equis. Always go for Dos. Panthers Bruins at 7:30 Tuesday on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Scoreless back here in Lexington. Coach Stoops, I saw you just voicing some frustration with the officials. What were you mad about?
It's between me and them.
You said it was important to keep it close in this game with Texas early. How do you pull ahead now?
Well,
we're playing good on all sides. We got to be good in critical moments. You know, the third and short and fourth down, we got to get some points there. To credit them, they stopped us, but we got to be more efficient. I like the way we're moving the ball. We just got to continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to Stormy. Thanks to Coach Stoops. And right away, one of those critical situations I think that Mark's talking about. Third down. Texas brings pressure. And a throw is caught. And I think he got a foot down. Kendrick Law. What a throw and catch for a first down Wildcats.
Excellent route. Even better throw by the young quarterback, Cutter Boley, against extreme pressure. Texas brings 6. Boley gets the football into his hand. Excellent throw and catch for a fresh set of downs.
They got 12 yards to convert. They wanted to go fast, but they substituted. And Mark Stoops is going, well, wait a minute. Now you're holding them too long. He wasn't happy about that again. A throw short on first down, and that is caught by the running back Seth McGowan for a short gain.
Now that might look like a minor completion there, but when you have a freshman as your quarterback, that's a sign of growth. He wanted to get that football out of his hand quickly to the perimeter. Nobody was open. Doesn't panic, checks it down to his back. Going back to the third down play, this is the catch by Law. It was an excellent route, even better catch. You see him stretch his frame out there and get the toe tap.
That's one of those where if there's any little bobble, it's not going to be a completed catch because your next step is going to hit that out of bounds line. You got to squeeze that thing and control it, and he did. So they hand off to McGowan on second down, sets up third and close to 5 coming up.
And with Kentucky being in plus territory here, just inside the 40-yard line, you have to wonder, is this 4-down territory? If it is, don't be surprised if Kentucky either elects to run the football with Boley or just works a quick perimeter screen.
This is emblematic of what Mark Stoops just told Stormy. They've played well in this game so far, but have not converted a couple opportunities. You got McGowan out as a wideout. Pressure got picked up. And Boley on the move. Now he's going backwards. So he takes the sack instead of throwing the ball away. And that probably eliminates any chance of going for it. Texas's defense comes up with a big play.
And that is just
Let's go Texas defense!
You can't have that in this moment. You have to throw the football away. I get it. Texas does a great job in coverage. There's nowhere to go with the football down the field. You can see there's no one open. But park the football, save the field position, and give your head coach, you can see right there, Coach Stoops is saying, hey, give me a chance to go for it on fourth down or try to field goal.
They lost 5, so on 4th and 10, they're not going for it. Well, Ross, the punter, landed it inside the 5, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Texas trying to get their offense going. Kentucky a little frustrated with how this game is going. No score.
I buck with them like a cowboy.
When you're driven by greatness, you chart your own course. Set your own standards. Blaze your own trails. Create your own traditions. Control your own destiny. And let everyone else follow.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
sausage, bacon, chicken, spinach, beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you going to get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
0 crossings today. No cartel activity. All quiet here.
That's because President Trump and Senator Cornyn are getting results at the border. Cornyn votes with Trump 99% of the time. More agents, more technology, and more miles of that big, beautiful wall. It's quiet because illegals heard loud and clear. Trump and Cornyn mean business at the border. Call and tell Senator Cornyn to keep helping President Trump make America great again.
Make America great again.
Pull him hard.
Oh, 12 minutes.
Stop playing with me.
Welcome to this rocket world.
He's taking more kids. He's coming.
Come out.
come out wherever you are.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe moisturizers, developed with dermatologists, contain 3 essential ceramides to replenish ones I've lost and help repair the skin barrier in 1 hour. So I can lock in moisture for up to 48 hours of hydration. From the #1 dermatologist-recommended skincare brand.
And now, introducing new CeraVe Anti-Dandruff Hair Care.
Come on, buddy.
Back there in our college football studios with our All-State Good Hands plays, it appears Oregon is taking out all of their frustrations on Rutgers. Dante Moore, #1 with a little trickeration, and then Dante Moore does it again. By the way, he came out #1 in Mel Kiper's first big board. They're at 35-3.
That's pretty interesting. Thanks, Matt. Back here to Lexington. Play fake for Arch Manning, setting up a screen to his tight end with a ton of room. Down the left sideline, Jordan Washington. A big play to start the Longhorns drive.
Love this play call by Steve Sarkisian to get the drive started. No better way to get your young quarterback in rhythm than calling a tight end screen. Washington does a great job, but look at the kick out by Big 74 right there. Gooseby does an excellent job of getting the play started, and then Washington does the rest down the field.
Their tight ends, Texas's, are not small.
They look the part, no doubt about it.
25-yard catch and run for Washington. Manning across the middle, and he hits Washington again for another completion across midfield. So that took 2 plays from the 20 to Kentucky territory. I know, I beg your pardon, that ball was not caught.
Yeah, we were down on the field pregame, and we were standing right next to the Texas tight end room, and I looked at you and I was like, hey, all these guys look like NFL dudes. I mean, just completely looked apart, super athletic. You can see what they can do with the football in their hands.
So 2nd and 10 for Texas, still on their side of the field at the 45. Longhorns trying to put together a drive. They've not possessed the ball much in this game. Kentucky swarms to the ball there, and they gobbled up Ryan Niblett, trying to get him out in space. He loses 3 yards.
That was fantastic pursuit by this Kentucky defense, in particular number 9 Watson and 20 Nichols. You're going to see them just fly to the football. And Texas is playing a lateral football game right now, really struggling getting things going north and south, just trying to dial up some quick throws for Arch Manning, but you got to give a lot of credit to this Kentucky defense being really stout. And right now, they're showing pressure here on 3rd down after getting burned with a 3-man rush earlier in the game.
They don't bring pressure, though. Just a 4-man rush. Manning across the middle. You give him time. He shows off all that arm talent. 1st down, Texas.
How about that pass protection? Read and throw by Arch Manning. Excellent job finding DeAndre Moore right over the middle of the field. Perfect pocket for the quarterback, and that's what I'm saying. On 3rd down, if you don't speed up Arch Manning, he will beat you.
Now he'll take off and slide to avoid what could have been a big hit. So a short gain on 1st down, but avoids the sack.
You think back to the difference in the Oklahoma game a week ago. It was the success that Steve Sarkisian and this Texas offense had on 3rd down against the Sooners. And right now you're seeing that against Kentucky. It hasn't been great on 1st and 2nd down. Eventually, Brad White is going to need to speed up Arch Manning on 3rd down.
Has been interesting that they haven't really brought much pressure in this game. Manning rolls out right, dumps it short and caught, but nowhere to go for Jack Endries, the tight end. So another 3rd down coming up here for Texas. Still scoreless. We're 5 minutes into the 2nd quarter of this game.
Well, here's the cat and mouse game. Kentucky, do you drop 8, play the sticks, and try to force a field goal here, or do you try to speed up Arch Manning, bring some pressure, and force the football out of his hand quickly?
Christian Clark, the running back. That looked like a designed run for Manning. He had nowhere to go. Kentucky was all over that. Davron Rayner from his middle linebacker spot was right there to put a hit on Manning.
Kentucky finally brings pressure on third down. It's an all-out pressure, cover zero behind it, and there's just no lanes for Arch Manning to run on this quarterback draw. Great job by the Kentucky defense.
So fourth down, Texas moved the ball from deep in their own territory, so they changed the field position game, but ultimately come up empty. Bomeister, the punter, and Bryant still back there. Bryant is going to signal fair catch, let it go, angled toward the corner. That's a nice punt. Just well executed by Bomeister. That's going to pin Kentucky inside its own 10-yard line. Nothing score. 9:04 to go, first half.
Man, my ankle is throbbing. I just want to stretch it, but...
Cowboys and Thanksgiving are tradition, and it inspires us to make Tostitos the traditional way, starting with whole corn kernels to make our masa from scratch. No artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tradition matters. How about them Cowboys?
Some days, all you want is an escape into sheets washed with downy, gentle, soft, and fresh, with a subtle, delicate scent and softness. Downy breathed life into your laundry.
I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G. Geppetto?
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They know exactly what you needed?
Friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko.
This guy knows crosswords.
64 across is quibble. Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell crazy?
Get more with Geico. Is your mattress giving you Pedic with targeted support to help relieve those nagging aches? And now you can save up to $600. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value. You rule number 10, I mix and match my way. There's 7 tasty items. That's all up to me. The $5 duo or $7 trio. From Burger King classics to fan favorites. Choose your deal.
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV?
Want to get out of here?
Hier ist das Schiebedach.
Und hier ist die Sonnencreme.
Okay, let's move on.
Where are those trucks? We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Yep, still here.
All right, let's take a look at our playbook brought to you by Modelo.
Yeah, I really want to show you 2 examples of why it's so difficult to go against this defense. Here's the first third down of the game. You're seeing a zone look, right? A zone shell out of Texas on third down. No, at the snap of the football, they play man coverage and bring pressure. They force a field goal. Then later in the game, same down and distance. They show pressure at the snap, but instead they rush 3. They drop 5 guys to the sticks, and they put a lid on the defense. Same exact down and distance, 2 completely different looks by the Texas defense. One of the main reasons why that man right there is one of the best defensive coordinators in the country.
One of the best, Pete Kwiatkowski. And it doesn't matter how many good players they lose off their defense. It just seems like he's able to, because I'm with you. I love the point you make there. It's not just getting new talent to replace the guys you lost to the NFL. It's teaching young players how to do some pretty complicated stuff. And Boley on the first play of the drive. It's not going to be a safety. Texas body slammed him in the end zone, but they'll say that he was in the grasp at the 1-yard line. A good timing for your package on the Texas defense.
Well, this is just a young quarterback not understanding his pass protection. This linebacker for Texas, he is free. He is not accounted for in the pass protection. You can tell Cutter Boley has no clue, and he's very, very lucky that was not a safety.
Man, Trey Moore like suplexed him.
And then, like I said, that's just a young quarterback not understanding his pass protection.
And now Kentucky has to go in sort of total defense mode, pinned at their 1 yard line. And at the end of the play, a little extra
16,
physicality there with
17.
the young quarterback. He's not going to back down. They do say Cunnavoli's got this chill personality, kind of looks like a California kid, even though he grew up in Kentucky, real even keel. Pretty tough kid.
He's got a great personality, and you're right. I think he's tough as nails. I saw him take some big-time shots on film this week getting ready for this ball game. He always pops right back up. You see him here. He's in a really tough situation on 3rd and 15. Needs to be smart. I would assume Bush Handham here is just either going to call a quick run or a guaranteed completion to try to make this a better punt situation for his special teams unit.
He was begging for a play call. And they'll hand it off. Texas was ready for that. You can understand why Kentucky did it, though, on 3rd and very long. From this part of the field, down just a couple yards, and now the Wildcats have to punt the ball right back to the long line.
And if you're a Kentucky fan, you have to be getting a little bit frustrated, I would assume. You know, your defense is playing their tails off. You've shown some good things offensively, but then you just keep kind of shooting yourself in the foot, and you just wonder, when is Texas going to wake up, start putting points on the board? How long can you hang in the game? You have to start taking advantage of these moments.
Kentucky's got to feel like we should be leading this game. But they have 2 different 10-plus play drives already with 0 points to show for it. This drive almost gave points to Texas with the near safety from the end zone. Punt. And no fair catch signal. So returnable, and Niblett, who had one last week, there he goes. Cuts it inside and all the way down inside the 10. And Ryan Niblett is so dynamic in the return game. 46 yards. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Let's
Texas.
go, baby.
I'll tell you what, this sophomore wide receiver out of Houston, Texas, he is special. Took one to the house last week against Oklahoma, 75 yards, and you see here tonight, he's going to make the first one miss. I think his return unit did an excellent job of setting up a seam for him, but you can see the breakaway speed that he has. And here's a great shot from the progressive pylon cam, just as he was inching towards the goal line. I tell you what, he's one of the most dynamic playmakers in all of America, and he's just getting going.
I give Aiden LaRosse, the punter, credit for trying. Niblett almost broke him in half with that move. LaRosse almost died on the field there.
That kid's special, I tell you what.
Weisner behind Manning. Would be an understatement to say best starting field position. Arch is going to quarterback keep it with some power all the way down to the 1 yard line. And Texas had started at their own 10, 20, or inside that, all 3 possessions until now, where they start 1st and goal.
Yeah, and they're certainly taking advantage of the field position. Great job on the punt return, and now you're inside the 5 yard line. Kentucky definitely has to be aware of Arch Manning and his ability to run the football in the red zone, as well as 3rd down and short yardage. He's the leading rusher for the Longhorns right now.
They're going to bring him under center here. And a play fake. Manning looking to throw, and will just throw it away. Well,